going on here as far as characters. Yep, Sephiroth, Chrom coming out.
Yeah, makes sense. Case, I don't know if Case plays anybody else. I've only seen the Case Sephiroth.
I've only seen the Sephiroth.
Okay, I believe I saw Small Battlefield. The classic starter. Makes sense. So I would imagine that the thing that Kyle wants the most is stage control, because that's where Chrom plays the best, and that's where Chrom has the least amount of risk to it. You know?
Yeah, you don't want to be constantly off stage against this Sephiroth who's just charging up that neutral B.
Yeah, I guess the good part about it is that Sephiroth isn't necessarily is pretty adept at playing from the ledge. You know, with the ledge hang and the up B that hits so hard and so far and things like that. So I would imagine Case is pretty okay with giving up stage control for the most part. Obviously would like it, but like if he's in the corner, then things could be worse. There could be worse disadvantages.
Well, it was a really interesting weak up B coming out from Case there to take back center stage, but then Kyle responding in turn with a quick attack to get Case back onto that ledge. And we are seeing Kyle mostly try and keep on this center stage, keep Case off to the side. And okay, using that up B so that he takes the damage from the floating the orbiter while in that up B, so you're not actually getting hit out of a combo or anything. And a raw back air just up close, gonna take that stock. Kyle up a bit here.
Sephiroth is very light, and that's the main way you abuse Sephiroth, is kill him early, or kill him as early as possible, so that way you don't have to deal with Wing. Because obviously, I'd venture to say that Wing Sephiroth is like a top three character.
It's scary.
It's very scary. So much damage, so safe, so fast, has a triple jump. There's not a lot that's bad about the character, and so trying to get rid of it as early as possible is probably gonna do. Problem is, if you get rid of it early, it comes back even earlier the next stop.
Right.
So I guess that's why Sephiroth's a good character, right?
He do be that $5.99 character.
You're paying for
and
your results.
That up tilt, gonna take it there.
Suspiciously hits far out, like the scoop hitbox.
Yeah, it's pretty. I was a little like, huh, all right, that hit.
Yeah, I guess it's good, because if it didn't have that scoop, it would probably be a pretty
Yeah, if it actually
bad
matched,
move.
if it actually matched what the sword looks like, it would not be very good.
No.
But quick jab back air and
85. Wow. Early stock. Case on his last, he's very good at keeping his composure, so I would not be surprised if we saw a last stock scenario. However, Kyle, obviously very talented, did get this scenario in the first place, so you just got to keep it cool and keep Sephiroth in the corner, which he seemed to be doing a pretty good job.
Case is going for that grab here a couple times, but Kyle is able to not get grabbed, is able to spot dodge out of it, and is able to convert that into more damage on Case. But that said, Kyle 117, Case at 41, so we could see a stock taken here pretty soon.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Case does pretty often. Is at ledge, he'll wait for you to do something that's not very smart on shield, and then he'll do the back air or back throw back air, something that he looks for a lot just because it's so potent. And if you want to avoid it, then you have to DI like poorly. You have to DI down, and so you're in a worse position to get edge on it.
That was interesting. There again, he used that weak up B to just go diagonally down and just go right for Kyle. Kyle avoiding the aerial attack, but is gonna not be able to cover because of it. And Case 71%.
Yeah, this is definitely not out of the ballpark. See, there it is. There's the back throw back air that Case like going for, and this might be it. That might be the stock.
That's it.
Yep.
It was actually closer than I was expecting, but yeah, that counter. It does not give you a lot of options as Chrom.
It is a menace. One of the best counters in the game, if not the best. I'd have to like.
I think the buffed Joker one is probably the best, just in terms of like the hitbox. Although there might be something to be said about Sephiroth's like kind of the weird way it hits in terms of like that kind of delay.
Yeah, I did not catch the stage. Going back, makes sense. Both of these characters like small stages, and Kyle would be pretty down to just get in and start scrapping with Sephiroth, who I believe has the worst average frame data on when it comes to startup in the game.
And yeah, all of his moves are decently slow, and then they just hit really strong. That's the thing, though, when you have such a long range, having a slow startup matters a little less. We see that with characters like Shulk, where, sure, they have a slow frame startup, but when they're able to hit, what?
That's the thing about Chrom.
That's unfortunate. I blinked, and yeah, Kyle's already down a stock.
Either Kyle takes stocks or Kyle takes his own stocks, and that's just kind of the way the Chrom operates. Very volatile, very hard to stay consistent. That was nice, though.
That run-up F-tilt, we saw that coming out a little bit with Winter in the last game, and now, yeah, Kyle really able to use that well, and able to follow up with an aerial to take the stock there.
Interesting. I like the idea of catching the up B on the way down with the F tilt. I wonder if he would trade with Kyle's sword if that were to happen. I'm not entirely sure. Worst case scenario, if it's coming down, then you'll only get like a slight tap. It's really not that big of a deal. But I could still see it trading.
And we saw Case using that landing Nair really well, and Kyle was able to avoid it. But yeah, using that Nair just as a nice little round attack. So hey, I want to get back to the center stage. You're either going to dodge the attack, in which case I land safely, or you're going to get hit by it, in which case I land safely.
Exactly, a great position, a great position. Kyle on the ledge again. I feel like he's been on the ledge a little more often this game in the last, and I think that's one of the things that Case has been changing, just to try and set himself up into as good of a scenario as possible. You know, picking the spots where Sephiroth has the best advantage and Kyle or Chrom has the worst. You know, and that's what it's really about, just making the scenarios as good for you and as poor as possible, rigging the game for yourself. You know.
Yeah, and we saw that. Okay, so Case actually bringing out that neutral B that he's not really used too much. And oh wow, is able to get the reversal on that side B to get a bunch of damage. Watch out!
The balls! Balls in his face, as we say, and that'll be the stock. It's kind of hard to see how when the balls are going to hit. I do believe it's after 2 rotations, but when there's 3 attached to, it's really hard to keep track of.
It is hard to keep track. You just kind of have to feel it out. Like I think it's about to happen now. When he got all the way up there, up to the top left, I'm like, oh, I think it's about now. And sure enough, it does end up taking the stock. And Case has really done well to bring this close. But Kyle still up a bit of percent here.
So I will note that the last 2 stocks that Kyle has done might be it.
Okay, able to use that pretty good lateral air movement to get back to ledge, but that was scary.
Yeah, if I'm Kyle, I'm just staying in center. I don't want to play. I don't want to play the ledge.
And
wow.
That F smash coming out from Kyle to take that from the other side of the stage, but Sephiroth, you know, very light, 120%. That do be how it is.
Makes sense. Sephiroth is kind of light. Going back to small battlefield a 3rd time, I don't think stage has played too much of a role in this set, which makes sense. I feel like this is fine for both people. I don't feel like any character has been getting more off of it, so it makes sense. But if I'm Case, I feel like the adaptation to get Kyle off stage was really good. It's just there are a few key moments where he couldn't close it out, and so just like looking for those spots where Kyle has to make a decision and you don't necessarily have to.
And a quick combo to get 4% on Case right away.
Jeez. Kyle is coming back with a vengeance. He's trying to control the pace of the game in his own favor, and it's been working out for him. I mean, he did take very smart. I don't know if that was spacing or if that's just because he flew too far down. He hit like the very bottom of the counter, but regardless, getting away from that very scary move, which probably would have been imminent.
Okay, he is going to Case able to follow up on that orbiter with an attack, a forward air, and then landing that back air, evening things out with Kyle here.
Kyle holding. I think it's very similar to the way that Pikachu quick attack works. That it's so fast, and it like even if you shield it, it crosses up. It's a really just great mix-up with low reward or low risk, and the reward is center stage, which against Chrom is very vital.
Well, and in general, I think it's not super expected because Sephiroths tend to use that fully charged up B to get that big swing attack. And so you see him charging up, it's like, all right, time to do this. And it's like, oh, it came out really fast. Oops, uh-oh. And yeah, you're giving up that center stage. But yeah, that does seem to be an option that Case really likes here, is just getting that diagonal up B to take back the stage.
A very good option at that, so it makes sense. That's a no
Catches the landing with the dash attack.
Very, very slow, but also very big. Makes sense why it catches so well. And it kills. It's kind of crazy that it does all that. I guess that's why it's slow, right?
Yeah, and Kyle is kind of onto the game now. He's not getting hit by these side Bs and gets that fair.
Again, catching Case just chilling off stage, feeling a little too comfortable, and Kyle is not afraid to just that. I don't know if that would have been the stock, but it would have been pretty close. Kyle loves doing that. Just taking the Chrom aside real fast, just like evening the game.
Yeah, I don't think it would have gone far enough to go off the stage. It didn't look like it, but yeah, it's always, sometimes it just goes a little further than you expect, and you're like, oh, I'm dead.
I wonder if there's a way to avoid the landing hitbox and just get the spike and Chrom stays on stage. I guess I'd have to ask Kyle.
Well, I think you can do that with the ledge, which is what we see, you know, the choice there. But yeah, I think going when you're facing forward, I don't think it works like that. because I think the spike is on like the very inside part of the sword.
Makes sense. And good DI by Kyle, but in a pretty bad position. Case committing a little too hard. I feel like he would get a little bit more if he would just stay on stage and wait for Kyle to pick an option. You know, I feel like that's a lot of the times what you want to do. You want to set it up so you just have to react, but they have to guess.
Yeah,
Right?
and Case is doing really well to DI out on these jabs so that he's not getting hit by a back air too early and losing his stock at like 80%.
Yes, yeah, very good DI. Oh, no tech. Good call out. Swordy's notorious for not having very good grabs, but it's setting up pretty well for an edge guard, just misspaced it. So very even. Any hit can take it like that.
And yeah, gonna take that with an aerial. And that was when we saw that really fast back air coming out, Case running away and then just getting a couple short hops and then landing that back air. And you just don't expect it to come out that fast, like you said, because Sephiroth has such slow aerials, and then that back air is like, oh, it's here. It's already hitting me.
Yeah, now Case gets to ride this stock out with Wing. Oh, Wing just disappeared. Oh, great spacing by Kyle. Kyle is very adamant that there are certain scenarios that Chroms don't know how to space their up Bs for, and if you do, then you can avoid them, and that's a great exhibit of Kyle spacing his up B so well that he doesn't get hit by the counter. But now he's off stage, and I don't know if he has a jump. Okay.
He's coming in.
Waiting out, just holding stage. I like the idea. Coming in
All right,
aggressively.
just going in for a nair into F smash.
I wonder if after that down air, if he went for another F smash, and it would have killed. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, almost made a choice. Kyle was going for it. Okay.
What we saw earlier was it was really cool how Kyle was able to realize that Case was going to go for an aerial there and then a dodge to avoid it, even though it meant that he was going to end up pretty far down and having to recover with that up B.
Yes. Okay, yep, see, there it is. Case going for that grab at ledge a second time. Any hit could take it in this last stock scenario.
They're trading back airs here, and it's really just going to be who lands their back air first, I think.
Exactly. So, no one's, a lot of shielding. That's what I think when you can tell when people are scared, they just run up shield. Thinking that, especially with these characters. Oh!
Yep, there's that jab back air coming out from Kyle.
Catching the dash in, trying to get center stage, and that kind of forced him to DI in, and that's how we got that back in. Great call out by Kyle. Pretty, like, riskless, I'd say, you know?